All right, welcome to another episode of More Than a Game. This your boy Ron with your co-host Courtside Ross, and we back at it. NBA playoffs has been good. It's been great. This bubble competition is kind of like, for some reason, it feels different from the players' perspective than it do from the fans' perspective. These boys are really, getting the key in and focus. They can hear their coaches, hear their teammates, hear the plays being called. It's a little different than it is with these fans. So it's been interesting so far. We'll be loving it. And we're going to talk some basketball, of course. Second round coming around. We're going to some projections, what teams are showing up, what teams that we thought were going to be there are not there, what's going on. So we're going to kick it off the back with last night's games. Lakers and Blazers. Lakers lose the first game to the Blazers. People like myself and other people automatically, jump into that whole, can the Lakers do it? Lakers this good? Are they that great? Now, winners of 3 straight, up 3-1, can close out the series, comes up tomorrow night.
Thanks.
What have you seen from the Lakers that have maybe changed your mind about what the Lakers' destiny can be when it comes to championship hopes?
I see a different hungry team. I see a different LeBron James. I see a different Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. I see a different Kyle Kuzma. Everything has just changed since game one. This is just letting you know that game one doesn't mean anything. You won one game, so what? Teams make adjustments. It seems like LeBron is accustomed to letting you throw all your stones in game one, and then he just annihilates you after that. Seeing what you're going to bring. And the Lakers have exploited a lot of different things that I don't understand why other teams aren't exploiting. Like, why do the Nuggets – why are they content with letting Donovan Mitchell keep going one-on-one, bro? You got to trap him, get it out of his hands.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the Lakers are doing to Dame. They're like, okay, you're not beating us. Somebody else going to have to beat us.
Right.
You're not beating us. But there are a lot of different things that I got to say about the Lakers before I just jump completely on the bandwagon. Right now, they do kind of like one of the championship favorites. Right now, I would have to say that. You playing a pretty good Portland team.
Number one team in the West, it should be championship contenders and favorites.
Absolutely.
Right.
But you're playing a team that has no answer for LeBron and no answers for AD.
No.
It is none. So I just want to see a little bit more.
But we knew that coming in. What makes this impressive of the Lakers? What we didn't know was the bench productivity. What were the others going to do? And the reason why I felt the Blazers were going to be in position to push the Lakers to a tough series is because their starting five was enough to keep it competitive. But if you have LeBron James in the game, he dominates, he's out the game, and then Anthony Davis is in with the bench team, and these guys are still able to produce, I believe yesterday was plus 23, without LeBron James being on the floor, you're not going to win a game if you're plus 23 without LeBron. If LeBron James not on the floor and his team is still able to put up plus 23 points, that's a hell of a night that you're having. So I think with the Lakers, what has changed my mindset on, it's still, like you said, it's still early. And to project the NBA champion this year is tougher than it has been in the past because we don't really, this chemistry is a lot of stuff that plays an issue into this. But what makes the Lakers and the Mavericks, maybe, it's not even like this is for sure, maybe a tougher team than the Blazers. And so we can't really say the Clippers, and we can't compare it because it's all about styles, right? You can't compare it. So, but what I see from Lakers right now is confidence. They believe in that they're beating. LeBron James knows that the Blazers starting five is one of the best start fives he's going to see. And if his team is able to respond the way they've been able to respond, the bench can come in and do this a little bit of what they've been doing with how the Clippers are looking and how the Rockets are looking and how, the Bucks are looking some nights. The Lakers definitely championship chances are up there, are way up there. And maybe right now my favorites as of right now, it is going to adjust, it's going to change, not because we're back and forth type people. Me and you could both stand on what we said and be okay with that. It's the fact that I'm a basketball fan. I'm acknowledge what I see. So just because I see a team that I picked this team to be better than this team and I don't see that no more, I'm going to acknowledge the fact that what I thought, what I saw, and I'm acknowledge what I do see. Right now, I see the Lakers are the best team in the NBA right now.
Possibly. I'm not willing to say that. Yeah, it's all about matchups. People that watch the Mavericks and Clippers series, you're looking at it saying the Clippers are great. We know that. We already knew they had a historical offense. We already knew that they had this and they had that. Tim Hardaway, Seth Curry, Trey Burke. I didn't know Trey Burke was going to hoop like this. But at the end of the day,
Trey Burke will catch you here and there, though.
Yeah, he'll catch you here and there. But at the end of the day, they're hooping. It's a matchup problem. So for instance, if the Mavericks play the Lakers, they're not going to do the same thing as the Lakers.
Right. It's a match. It's a different
because the Luka Doncic is not going to be able to eat inside. The Clippers do not have a shot blocker.
Right.
So they have to double, and the Lakers they're not going to have to double all of that.
Right.
But on offensively, the Lakers might not hit as many threes as the Clippers. So it's all about matchups.
It's all about matchups. So you never know how it will be. Right.
I think the Clippers' toughest matchup is going to be if they get out the first round. I'm still assuming they're going to get out the first round. Still my championship favorite. But if they get out the first round, that's going to be the toughest thing they play.
As far as until the Western Conference Finals or until
possibly. I mean, yeah, but offensively, I'm talking about.
Okay, so all right. Sticking back to the Lakers in the situation, back into the Blazers to take away because, like you said, it is about matchups, and the Blazers may have put their best efforts in those 8 games, which caused them to be kind of break it down. We see Dame Lillard grabbing his knee the other night. We see CJ shoulder. We see Hassan Whiteside back. See Yusuf Nurkic, he's hefty, but it's because he hasn't played all year. Zach Collins, he's hurt. A lot of stuff plays into play why Portland is what they is. I think if Portland had their full hefty team, we talk about a different situation. But with that being said, is there anything that Portland can do that can get them back into the series?
Great question. Absolutely. They got to win tomorrow. That's the stuff I was saying that. But what Portland's doing wrong is they have to play 5-out basketball. Give Dame some options to drive. Don't drive, and then you got big-ass Hassan Whiteside right there, and then you got Yusuf Nurkic right there. I know you're trying to match up with the Lakers, but you can't do that when you're calling for the screen every single time and then trapping you.
Right.
Don't use the screen, go one-on-one, and just let Yusuf Nurkic shoot threes. Let Hassan Whiteside shoot threes. You see what Denver did? Denver after Denver's game 3 loss, they scratched everything. They said, look, all right, Jokic, you're going to have to just shoot 10 to 12 threes again. We don't need you in the post no more. Like, it's adjustments. Terry Stotts has not made that adjustment. Brett Brown didn't make adjustments. That's why Brett Brown is gone. I think Terry Stotts might be on his way out of there real soon.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's a great coach, but you got to make the necessary adjustments. And with you having Dame Lillard, C.J. McCollum, Carmelo Anthony, you should not be getting beat down there by 42 games in a row.
No, you shouldn't be getting by 40. No, you shouldn't. You should. I was gonna say the same thing, right?
So it's some type of matchup. But defensively, we know y'all can't play defense. We already know that. We know Gary Trent, Wenyen Gabriel cannot guard LeBron James. Yeah, they're not playing no defense. The same for the Nuggets, not playing no defense. But the Nuggets made an offensive difference. They said, all right, we're going to operate off of Jamal Murray, let him go to work.
And put themselves in a position to win the game better.
Put him in a position. So just go 5 out. You can't go small because you got to have somebody to guard Anthony Davis.
You do. That's the problem. That's the problem. But then, like you said, if you're gonna do that, then what has to be done is you have to go with Yusuf Nurkic more than Hassan Whiteside. He can guard Anthony Davis. Yusuf Nurkic can't. And you're giving up a lot. That's why this is the problem. This is the Lakers. This is why the Lakers are the number 1 seed in the West. This is why the Lakers are, were the top 3 favorites to win the championship this year. And before the COVID was number 1 to win the championship this year. LeBron James, Anthony Davis is the matchup problem. And to solve that matchup problem, you can give up something, but you're going to give up something also. So if you go Yusuf Nurkic, you go Hassan Whiteside, you're going to be better defensively, but your offense is going to be static because you have no spacing on the court. Mm-hmm. And if you go in with Hassan Whiteside, then you're going to do that, but your offense is going to be where it's going to lack a little bit because Yusuf Nurkic is better with the basketball than Hassan Whiteside is. You throw Yusuf Nurkic in, your defense is going to have a problem. So I don't think it's nothing Blazers can do. I think they can come out, give their best efforts. I hope the Lakers have a lackadaisical mindset. But if the Lakers are focused, at best, they're showing you if we're focused, we're going to beat these boys by 20 plus points. So even on a night where we're just not where we need to be yet, but we're there enough, they should be able to beat these boys and get this series over with. So it's good knowing you, Portland. I had great hope in you. I thought you boys was going to push a 6-7, but you boys might have a 5 in you, man. And it's all good. They did good for the bubble, and I appreciate everything.
They did great. I mean, they did great. I mean, it's still not over.
It's still ain't over, but like I said,
it's not over. We're just being based off of what we see.
They're not beating them 3 times in a row. I don't care what they do. It's not beating them 3 times in a row.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, they can't. They're going to do something offensively.
Right, exactly. So, Ben, with that being said, man, okay, we know the Philadelphia 76ers are making movements. We're not going to stick too long on Philly. We both are fed up with Philadelphia. But at the same time, they do have 2 of the top 15, 20 players in the NBA. And those guys are young, and they're going to be there. They're going to be around. What do you think the future of Philly hold with Tobias Harris, Al Horford, Ben Simmons, and Joel Embiid? With Elton Brand already coming out and saying that they are not trading Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid this year, next time up. He said that's already been established.
Well, I don't think they should trade Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons quite yet. The thing with that is, I'm gonna go back to a post that I posted, or we posted technically last week, and it's talking about the Sixers, and it says starting point guard, we put Markelle Fultz, Jimmy Butler, Robert Covington, Jeremy Grant, Boban Marjanovic, Trey Burke, T.J. McConnell, Landry Shamet, James Ennis, Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot, Nerlens Noel. What do all these players have in common? They all made the playoffs this year. Secondly, what do they have in common? They all are on rosters that made the playoffs, and the Sixers got rid of them. Bro, you gave up Robert Covington, you could use him. You gave up Jeremy Grant, you could use him. You gave up Boban, I get that. Trey Burke, Landry Shamet. Like, I didn't even name you J.J. Redick.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's too many pieces that they gotten rid of. Or Ilyasova. That's another one. They don't have any shooters. They literally dismantled their whole team. Their best chance was 2 years ago. When they got Miami first round, and I think they won 5. Miami D-Wade in and winning that, stole game 1.
I think their best chances was last year with Kawhi Leonard.
Fact, or against Kawhi. Yeah, I'm talking about, I think their best full team, maybe. Yeah, and I'm so disappointed in them. Brett Brown, no, it's not all his fault. It's not all his fault, but he didn't make proper adjustments.
You can't make Joel Embiid be in shape. You can't make Ben Simmons not get hurt. You can't insert it. But what the coach does have to be held accountable for is the fact that when they do meet with GMs and they make options to trade players, that they have a big input in that. So a lot of players that have been traded and let go, Brett Brown have played an input in that. And being that he plays a part in that, that shows that he's not able to really know what players are needed to really keep a team molded and strong, because all those players you name, let's say they even have 3 or 4 of those players still around, maybe 2 or 3 of those players around, then I wouldn't say they beat the Celtics without Ben Simmons, but they don't get swept. And sometimes it's not about really, when your opponent is better than you, they're better than you. And you just compete the best way you can. And I think Philly competed. I don't think there's too much they could have done. After the first 2 games, it should have been a sweep. If Boston did sweep, then we would be talking about the hole that Boston had. Boston should have swept the Phillies after 76ers without their full team. Sixers could have played more competitive ball, but I think they did. I think we're hard on them. I think what's going on with Philly, we're basing Philly performance this year based upon what they did in the previous years. And so we're not taking the variables of this year. We're just really saying because it's been 2, 3 years, 4 years before, then it just adds to it. Rather than really understanding that this team really was missing one of the best basketball players in the world. And Ben Simmons is top 8 in fast break points. He's a top 5 defender who can guard 3 or 4 positions in the NBA. And he pushes, he's one of the fastest. He has the Sixers on pace for one of the most fast break teams in the NBA. So his ability to guard, rebound, and push without even having to shoot the basketball makes that team better, makes them way better. Al Horford played like shit the whole goddamn series. and he literally robbed the 76ers of money. And the way Al Horford looked, to be honest with you, he borderline needs to damn near retire. Like he looked like Udonis Haslem out there. You feel what I'm saying?
You're taking it way too far.
No, did he not? Did he not? Give me. I can't even remember a highlight. I think
he's averaging like 6-7 points a bet.
That's it. Come on, he ain't getting paid $17 million, $18 million a year, bro. They get paid $24 million a year, bro. And this man sitting here looking like Udonis Haslem. I ain't no. Get out of here with that, man. I ain't trying to see that. So I think the future of Philly is in a shamble because their two best players are only getting older and don't seem like they can be healthy enough to even play together. So you have to figure something out. You have to figure and say, okay, you know what? Maybe we can pull a plug and just start over, be in position. It's a lot of talent coming in the NBA the next few years. We missed the boat. You only get a 4 to 5 year wait.
It's just that like when you hear new music and then you heard something 3 years ago, you're like, man, this is outdated. It seems like same thing for Indiana. I know DeMontis Sabonis was hurt. I know they were missing Jeremy Lamb, but you can just look at that roster and like, man, they're good, but they're not good for today's NBA. You need some people like Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero, people that can kind of defend and shoot the three. Now, those teams, what does Philly and Indiana have in common? When you put their starting five on the court fully, they probably on paper have top 2 starting five.
Yeah, they have one of the top 5 starting five.
But the fit is not there because they are slow. The Philly is not as slow without Simmons, but Indiana is very slow.
Indiana's watching
slow. And they were just getting ran out the gym. But they're not bad teams. But it's just like you got to adapt to this new NBA.
Yeah, it's time for change.
And Miami was willing to do that this year.
It was time for change. Speaking of Miami, we can go into the championship chances with Miami. Miami, they impressed me. And sweeping the Pacers, it wasn't even necessary about how they swept the Pacers. It's the next man up mentality that the Heat have. If a player's struggling, or a player's injured, they next man up. And, we don't give Coach Spo enough credit because we felt, when he had LeBron and D-Wade and Bosh, that it was LeBron and D-Wade and Bosh and Pat Riley. No, Eric Spo's still there. Eric Spo is a big part of those championships. Eric Spo is a big reason why Miami has to fight and have the respect they have around the league. And he is coaching the hell out of Miami right now. And Miami, to me, let me break this down to you. The Miami Heat, to me, are like the Houston Rockets of the East. And not with defensive efforts. What I mean by that is that their small ball lineup is dangerous. With Bam being able to be the point center that he is, they are playing very fast. And Tyler Hero and Robinson, they ain't knocking that shit down.
Especially Duncan Robinson.
If they open, them shots is knocked down. Like, these guys are not missing. Jay Crowder is a pivotal piece. Jimmy Butler continues to be the heart and soul of the team. Andre Iguodala comes in and help controls the pace. Goran Dragic is doing what he's doing. Kendrick Nunn is continuing to learn and understand what he can be as a rookie and what I can do to make an impact in this team. The Miami Heat, the Milwaukee Bucks are in for a run next round when they play the Miami Heat.
Miami beat Milwaukee twice this year. I think they were the only team in the Eastern Conference to beat the Bucks twice. And if you're a big kind of conspiracist, right? Not in a bad way, but if you're really sitting there thinking about, do the Heat have his chance at the championship? Yes, because one reason. Whoever's played with Shaquille O'Neal the last 36 years, whatever, has made the finals. Andre Iguodala.
That's a conspiracy theory.
Yeah. He's keeping that.
That's the one reason why they're gonna beat the.
No. I got you 2 reasons. I just named you one. They beat Milwaukee twice.
Okay, that's the one. That's the main one, right?
That's the main reason. They beat Philly at home 29-2. They've handled Boston. Mm-hmm. No, they beat Toronto. Mm-hmm. I think in Toronto.
With the Lakers. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's just like, not only that, 2011, Miami went to the finals.
They beat the Clippers twice too.
2011, Miami went to the finals. 2012, Miami went to the finals. 2013, 14, right? Then from there on out, Andre Iguodala went to the finals 15, 16, 17, 18, whatever it is. So either Miami or Andre Iguodala has been in the finals the last 9 years. So that's kind of scary. Just thinking about it that way.
They had LeBron James.
I understand that.
D-Wade.
I feel you, but Andre Iguodala or the Heat have been to the finals the last 9 years. So why can't that trend continue? And with that being said, Milwaukee they just don't look good. Maybe they are one of those teams that play down to that level of competition. I can see that. Orlando is actually better than what we kind of think they are because they play defense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Vucevic is a serious issue.
They have an outside threat. They have players that can score on the outside. They got players score inside. So you're gonna be in the game.
So you're gonna be, but Milwaukee they look very beatable. They do. I still think Milwaukee can come out.
Very beatable.
So who do you have? Do you have Miami or Milwaukee? Or you're not ready for that yet?
I'm not ready for that yet. But if I have to pick one, since you're gonna put me on the spot on that, I'm gonna pick Miami because I don't have faith in the Bucks. And I told you that even before the playoffs start. I don't see that. Last year I thought the Bucks were more scary than they were this year. I thought last year the Bucks were more hungrier. I thought teams were, really like, oh man, I want to see them boys. This year I think that it's figured out. They figured out. If they now you could say, well, if they hitting their threes, that's any team. That's any team in the NBA. Any team in the NBA hitting their threes, you in for a long night. Any team.
Right. Any team.
So I don't want to do the F with these guys. What can we for sure bank on that when the Bucks come into town, what for sure we getting out of them? Because I know what I'm getting out of Miami. I know what I'm getting out of Miami. I don't know what I'm getting out of the Bucks yet. I still don't. Chris Middleton the other night, 13 points. What are you doing for me? Like, how can my second option give me that day in and day out against a team that he should be killing? He should be killing Terrence Ross and them boys on the elbow and in his position. He should be killing these guys. Switch. He should be killing these guys. This is an all-star, man. And they just don't play up to the potential of what we place them as. I think we place the Bucks as this team because they have this freak of athlete and how great he can be, and we know how tremendous Giannis can be in his career. We haven't even scratched the surface how good he could be. But until the time has come, I still don't have enough faith that this team is as good as they think they is. And I think Miami will have put them boys out, man. I think Miami, I
can see that. I've been talking about Miami for a long time now, and I feel like it's a bad matchup for Milwaukee. One, because Milwaukee allows, I think they allow teams to shoot threes. That's their strategy. If you hear Budenholzer talk, he's like, all right, we've been doing this all year. Our strategy is allow teams to shoot the three. Miami shoots the three very well. So if you're going to allow them to shoot the three, bro, you got to be coming back down here in threes as well.
Right.
But the thing that Miami does have that I am a little bit worried about, they like to slow the ball down sometimes. And they stop that tempo. And then what do you do if, you got George Hill and Giannis and Chris Middleton? Those guys are Eric Bledsoe. Those are very good defenders.
Yeah, they're good defenders.
Is Duncan Robinson going to be able to put the ball on the floor? Tyler Hero can create his own shot, but I haven't seen it against an elite defensive team like the Bucks yet. Yeah. I mean, for in a playoff situation, for me to just say, right now, outside of Jimmy Butler and Dragic, that's really their only playmakers. I mean, I'm talking about in terms of creating their own shot consistently.
Yeah.
I mean, Bam can.
But against the Bucks, when they're limited in playmakers too, you don't need that many playmakers to beat them. You don't need that many playmakers to beat the Bucks.
So it's about even matchup, honestly.
Yeah, it's about even matchup. It is.
So
it is.
I'm gonna hold off my prediction, but right now I'm with you. Definitely with you on Miami.
Yeah, that's all I can just see. I think Miami's playing better. They have the better team, and according to you, they got Iguodala, so they should be going to the final.
Hold up, bro. We gotta hold off on Milwaukee because they ain't even advanced yet.
I'm just.
They still got. Look, they almost lost the other night. I know.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm just.
I know they won by like 15 or 16, whatever it was, but it was a 2-point game going like to the fourth quarter.
They should be better than what they playing. That's why bringing it to these two teams who I believe are going to be the ones that represent the East, the Toronto versus the Celtics matchup. This is going to be a great one. This has 7 games written all over it because we have 2 coaches that are going to make adjustments. What you did in the first game, you're not going to get off in the second game, and so on and so on and so on. So you have to find holes. And here are 2 coaches, 2 Coach of the Year candidates. Nick Nurse, who won it, well deserved. We both agree, well deserved. Who you got in this series? You got Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Kemba, or you got the
OG Anunoby,
Kyle Lowry,
Red
VanVleet, and Nick Nurse out there in Toronto. Who you got?
I'm not making no predictions yet on that until after the rest of the series, are done. For the first round at least. Right now, we are prisoners of the moment. I literally saw something on Twitter the other day or Instagram, or whatever, and there was a poll saying that who was better out of Giannis and Luka Doncic, and it was 70%. No, who would you rather start your franchise with, Giannis or Luka Doncic? Said 70% Luka Doncic. I'm not ready to go there yet. All right, now, so pretty much,
Shit.
I feel you. I feel you. But
Like that. Hey, no, I ain't gonna play you, boy. That boy Luka was like, I'll take him over a lot of cats, man.
I feel over Giannis. Hold up. That's slow. I'll pump out brakes for a second. So my point on that is Boston just annihilated Toronto last time they played them.
Yeah, but that was
remember. But, so what I'm saying is people are prisoners of the moment.
Because
so
Toronto
whatever they saw,
beat Boston in the beginning of the bubble too.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, you're only as good as what people remember you as. Remember how people were saying Dame was better than Steph? Now all of a sudden people are trashing Dame now. Like people are just it's
prison the moment.
It's irrational. I hate it.
Right.
So I honestly think that this is going to be a great series. It's going to go 6 or 7. The thing I'm scared about with Toronto is that they play a lot of team ball.
Yeah.
They play a lot of team ball. But when at the end of the game, when you need that bucket, you don't have Kawhi. You don't have Kawhi Leonard no more. Yeah. So like he bailed you out a lot last year. Not saying that you didn't get there, but you gonna give it to Pascal?
Yeah.
I'm possibly Fred VanVleet, possibly Kyle Lowry, possibly. But do you trust them more than Big Shot Kemba, Cardiac Kemba, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown? Like these are big shot makers. Jaylen Brown is one of the most underrated players in the league right now, making shots in clutch moments.
Yeah.
A lot of people see Kemba and Jason Tatum that way. Jaylen Brown is very clutch and good both ways.
He averaged 20 points a game. You're not averaging 20 points a game in the NBA unless you can play.
The thing that has Toronto has the advantage with the depth. You know, Serge Ibaka, Marc Gasol.
The bench put up 100.
Terrence Davis.
They bench put up 100 points in the last game they played, man.
It's crazy. It got so much depth.
Your bench put up 100 points.
It's crazy. And I know I'm missing a lot of people on that bench.
That's a lot. That's a lot to make up. But like
Celtics ain't got that bench.
Yeah. But the Celtics got a pretty decent bench too, though.
It's decent.
It's not 100 points, but at the same time, the defense on the Celtics and the scoring on the Celtics, sometimes great offense is great defense. You're not gonna always stop players or stop certain teams, so you have to have a player that can score. And sometimes that's what you need. Like you're not banking on stopping them. We banking on him scoring the ball more than we can stop them. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Kemba Walker putting up 60 points plus a game is kind of tough to beat. It is very tough to beat if you don't have the star power to match. The Raptors don't have the star power to match offensively, but they make it up defensively. They make it up in a lot of different ways.
Their bench,
so the fast break points is ridiculous, and they get on the fast break. That's a bucket. I can't pick one right now. I'm gonna wait also because it's just a lot of variables. I got to see the momentum. I got to see how these players talking. I got to see who healthy. But
Kemba Walker has not been healthy a while. He looked a lot healthier last series.
I won't be surprised if I won't be surprised if the Boston Celtics do advance the way they've been looking. I like the Raptors, I'm rooting for the Raptors to come out of the East this year. But I won't be surprised with Boston because they have been looking great. So we shall see. Still a lot of games going on, especially in the Western Conference. We thought we were going to get a sweep with the Rockets and the Thunder, and we don't. We got a series, and not only do we have a series, we have a possible matchup exposed with the Thunder. The Thunder realized that the point guard switch with CP3 and Shea they don't have nobody to guard them off the switch. They're switching between Eric Gordon, who I believe is a decent defender, but maybe he's not in the shape that he could be in to really be where he needs to be.
He still looks great for being out as many games.
He does. But they're switching on him defensively every single time. And it's exposing the perimeter defense that the Rockets don't have. They don't have once you get in the paint on the Rockets, once you get in that paint, you almost guarantee the bucket because they have no shot blocking. And them missing all those threes, man, 4 for 19, and you know, just a couple buckets here and there in the paint could have helped this team win. They would have easily won this game. They just would have scored a couple buckets in the paint. Not to take nothing away from the Thunder. I do think the Thunder are playing great basketball, and maybe, you know, Billy Donovan has figured something out. CP3 is the most clutch player in the NBA today, right now. And they're playing great. But I expected more out of the Rockets, man. I thought the Rockets would be in a better position. What's your thoughts on this Rockets Thunder?
Game one, no Luke Kensdorf. Maybe if they had him, I'm not saying they would have won. I still think the Rockets win that game. But they have somebody to guard James Harden. The Rockets' biggest issue is the same issue we've been having with them 3-4 years in a row.
Yeah.
They slow their offense down in the fourth quarter, start playing one-on-one basketball, dribble the shot clock down to 5 seconds, and hoist up a three.
Yeah.
All right. So it's predictable. It's simple. I mean, if you're not hitting, then why? Like, the Rockets need to keep attacking. Why do every time they get to the fourth quarter they stop attacking? They slow the game down, thinking they can. Oh, we can out defense you. We can out shoot our 3-point shoot you, and then they get hot and then they get cold.
Right.
You know, they can get up 15 real quick. And I think the Rockets are Rockets are one of the most underrated defensive teams in the league. They're not
that bad defensively.
It's about the matchups. You got Dennis Schroeder, one of the quickest guards in the league. You got Chris Paul, one of the quickest guards in the league. You got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, one of the longest guards in the league. Mixed with his quickness and getting to the rim, like you're saying. And they don't have the matchup to guard all three of those point guards. They just don't. The Rockets don't. And that's where it's getting exploited. You know, this series is not even, to me, about a lack of having a big man. It's about them and the Rockets' execution in the fourth quarter. The Rockets easily could have swept them. And I'm going to tell you 2 reasons why they could have swept them. Game 3, what happened? They up 2 points. Eric Gordon falls, they throw the ball out of bounds.
Yeah.
All you had to do was throw the ball in bounds, get fouled, you up 4 games over. The next game, you up 13, you up 90-77, then you let them go on a run. Fourth quarter comes, and you go on these, and the Thunder just went on these scoring spurts, and then the Rockets they started at the wrong time. So I think people are overlooking the fact that the Rockets really should be up 3-1 right now, even without Russell Westbrook.
I think people like you and myself know the Rockets should be up 3-1 right now and possibly even swept the series. The thing is that, you know, it goes back to the same old thing with the Rockets. And they go back, and this is when I look for championship teams, I look for teams that handle the business they're supposed to handle. That is our championship teams. All that, we're just trying to see what we got going on. That's regular season stuff. Championship teams win games against teams that they should win. There's no giving you a second hope. There's no giving you a second breath. It's y'all can't mess with us. We ain't got Russell Westbrook in here. We don't even want to rush Russell Westbrook back. We don't even want him back for the second round. We finna smack them.
Statement.
Right? That's how you win. That's how you make the next team look at the Lakers. Let me say what happened with the first game of the Lakers and Blazers. It wasn't the Lakers weren't prepared for the Blazers. It was the Lakers had the mindset that they're playing this team that's hot and it's going. They going. So they going in with a sense of, you know, we don't know what type of Portland team we playing. Then the last time we played Portland when Kobe passed, they beat us. They ain't put up 50 on us. Do we have that? Right? Do we have enough to really make sure that we can contain Dame and win this game, like a fill-out game, right? That's what they was doing, this little fill-out thing. And with the Rockets and the Thunder, and the thing is that with the Rockets is that you have the potential to be the best offensive team in the league. And you have probably the best prolific scorer that the NBA has seen since Kobe Bryant. It should be no reason why getting 2 points or getting to the line should be an issue when it's that easy for them. It's that easy for them. James Harden he's going to get a call. He's going to get the calls. Nobody can stay in front of him. Nobody can stop him. That's just what makes me upset about James Harden, is because guys like the Kobe's and the guys that these guys look up to, the Allen Iversons, the ones that we love, They finishing them games, man. They finishing them games. Kobe is not finna let. He's not finna let certain. And I'm not saying that you have to be Kobe if you James. So I'm not saying you got to be these guys. You are who you are. But what I'm saying is that when you want to be, when we look at you, we place you on this level of being a killer. You can't not allow Chris Paul to come in and get 2 games from you with this team, with this young OKC team. And you're supposed to be a championship team? No. The Rockets will beat the Thunder. The Rockets will beat the Thunder. Russell Westbrook will come back. It will be active. It will be better. But how I felt what they could possibly do against the Lakers the next round, I'm not as confident. I'm not. If they can't dominate the paint with Steven Adams and who else? Nerlens Noel in the paint, then I don't know if they're gonna do it with Anthony Davis and JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard. We shall see.
Facts. That's a great point.
We shall see.
Great point.
I don't know. We shall see with them. So with that being said, going to our last situation, the Clippers. Luka Doncic. He got 2 games. Surprised the hell out of me. But like you said, the Mavericks was the most dangerous team in the first round of matchup with because of his ability to pretty much give you a triple-double and his ability to score whenever you want to score. We both have the Clippers getting out of this series. But is the Clippers still a favorite to win the championship?
Absolutely. I mean, are they still a favorite? Now, that's a great question by you asking, are they still a favorite? Because
they was your favorite. They was my favorite. They was your favorite.
Yeah, absolutely. But they might not have been somebody else's favorite. So, yeah, they're still a threat. The thing is, they aren't. Let's not forget. We can credit Luka Doncic. We can credit Trey Burke. Steph Curry, it don't look like nobody in the world can guard him right now. He's shooting 66% from the field. He got the highest field goal percentage in the whole playoffs right now.
He's going crazy right now.
Taking the least amount of shots. His efficiency is crazy. Thing is, they don't have Pat Bev. And as much as Pat Bev was getting crossed, game 1 and all that, I understand that.
No, but Pat Bev still brings the tenacity and IQ.
That energy. They missing that energy.
Right.
They're missing that tenacity. Like sometimes when they down 9 or something, they're like, yo, Pat Bev, let's go. Kawhi Leonard more of a laid back type of guy. Right. Paul George was a more laid back type of guy. Marcus Morris is a more laid type of laid.
They don't have the guy. Man, look. They call Paul George, say he not playoff P, pandemic P.
Yeah, they got to chill out on that, though.
Yeah, Paul George calling him pandemic P. But he put that on himself, man. Paul George called himself playoff P and ain't won nothing in the playoffs. You can't call yourself no damn playoff P and you ain't won nothing in the playoffs.
Facts.
You can't say that. You can't even give yourself that even nickname, playoff P. Come on, man.
He still was first team on NBA last year. I mean, he still has.
He's still a killer. I like him. But like I said, come playoff time. Hey, what they say when you're a baby, the motherfucker, the damn baby, them nuts shrivel up in his stomach. Them motherfuckers ain't dropped yet. You need to go ahead and get the motherfuckers to drop. It is balls to drop, man. You need to grow up. Grow up, Paul George. Grow up. Make the difference. Be the difference. If you're going to be the second option, then be the best second option in the NBA. Paul George should be the second best option outside of Anthony Davis in the NBA.
Right. You can't have Jordan. You can't have Jordan Clarkson doing you right now. But he's not. He's nice. I'm not saying that, but
if you didn't want to be, have your own team, right? Leave Russ, which is fine. Everything. Go to LA. This is home. You secretly want to be a Clippers the whole time, quote unquote. I've been a Clipper fan my whole life, quote unquote. You have the opportunity of a lifetime right now, right here, to bring a championship to this franchise and to your hometown. And you out here shooting 21%, 16% from the three-point line, and you're letting a second-year player, and not even just him, but guys like Tim Hardaway Jr. I respect these guys when I say these guys' names. I don't think they're players. Paul George. That's all I'm saying. You letting Steph Curry, you letting all these guys give you buckets. And you're not in return, you're not even coming down doing you. Paul George is one of the best one-on-one players in the NBA. And for some reason, he's not being aggressive for some reason. If the shot's not falling, fine, right? Ross, we both been in situations. We both seen guys, shots not falling. I seen Kobe shoot 6 for 24 in the NBA Finals and still win. I don't care about you shooting a shot and it's not falling in. It's your aggressiveness. Sometimes a bad shot is a bad shot, but because it's aggressive, it's placing the defense on edge, which means that they have to be on edge every time. But when you come down and you looking lethargic, you look like you're not in the game, and your shot, when you miss a shot, is in your body language. Now the defense is saying, look, he got himself. We ain't got to play him. He already defeated himself. So
that's hurt Kawhi Leonard bad.
It's hurting Kawhi Leonard a lot because he's come to the Clippers with Paul George, assuming that if one of us have to pick up the defensive intensity on a player, one of us is good enough to score 30 points if needed. So if I got to go guard LeBron James for 4 quarters, Paul George is good enough to give me 30 points. If I got to go guard Paul George got to guard LeBron James for 4 quarters, then Kawhi Leonard is good enough to give you 30 points. And right now it's not happening. Lou Will's looking like the second best player on the team. He has been looking like the second best player on the team the whole season.
Why not scratch that 6th man in the year and just go ahead and start Lou Will? Why don't you try to get why don't you go there and start him? Do something different. I know Landry Shamet was a great fit for, game 3 and game 4. They got out to big leads. Game 3 they did. In game 4 they were up 20-something.
That's interesting.
Why don't you just start Lou Will?
Right.
And try to get up early. Try to put pressure on him early.
But they got nobody to guard him. They have nobody to guard Lou Will. Nobody.
And let Reggie Jackson come in and sub him. And then you leave Paul George or whatever you do. He likes to take Paul George out first and then leave Kawhi in and then have at the end of beginning of the second quarter, bring Lou Will right back in. Bro, you got to do something, bro. This is desperate times right now. Like, bro, y'all literally could be down 3-1.
Right.
But in some people's eyes, you could have lost 4-0.
Right.
But I'm not gonna. I still think they would have won.
No, I think at worst they could be down 3-1. At best,
3-1.
At best, they where they need to be able 2-2. They deserve a 2-2.
They could be down 3-1. They could be up 3-1.
Yeah, exactly.
And Paul George is playing like this, so that's the scary part. Montrezl Harrell. He's not. He's really not giving you anything.
He's not.
He's not. I'm just being honest right now. He's not. And that's the scary part. And you still in the game. So if you give them another 2 weeks, 3 weeks, if they can just last.
If they get out this series, they could be fine. They got to get out the series. Going to get better as the playoffs go. I agree with you on that. I see what you're saying.
They just got to get out, and it's not going to be easy series to get out.
Boy, Luka Doncic.
This double Luka. I understand why you don't double. I get that because you so worried about the slip.
It's easy to double Dame and those guys when you say because when you say press off the doubles, it's easier for them because they're smaller guards. This man is 6'8". He's 6'8". He can see over your defense, and he's big. So the trap is cool, but because he's so big, he can see the trap coming from a mile away, right? He's going to throw the basketball. He's going to pass it, right? And I don't think they have an answer for him. I think their best bet is just that these other guys got to play better. They don't have to have an answer for Luka Doncic, though, to win. They don't. They don't have to have an answer for them to win. They
just got to play better defense.
They have to play better defense, and these other guys got to be there. And you can't let Steph Curry is looking unbelievable. I really like what I see from him right now. And his handle, not even just the shot. You see his handle, his moves off the dribble.
Yeah.
Like,
and then the lane in one hand.
Right.
Layups.
You know what I mean?
He looked different, bro.
Right. And one, it could be personal because, somebody messaged your chick before you. Even if it's before you, you feel some type of way regardless. So, you feel me? But, I think shout out to the Mavericks, shout out to the Thunder for giving us some good basketball, for coming out, competing, and showing us something. Hopefully the Denver Nuggets can pull us.
Hold up, bro. Hold up. I ain't gonna let you go that easy. What's your thoughts on the Nuggets? Yo, I'm not letting you go this easy. Because a couple weeks ago, you told me Utah was nice, and I said, I gotta see it.
I said Utah was gonna lose to them. I did.
No, I'm not even talking about that. You told me Utah could be a very tough matchup for anybody.
They could be because of the defense and the perimeter scoring with Donovan Mitchell and Mike Conley. They could be a problem. Excuse my language. They could be a problem.
Mike Conley looked this is the best Mike Conley I've seen in a long time.
Like I said, the stress of having a baby really makes you stressful out. And him having a healthy baby, him going through this whole COVID situation with his wife being pregnant, it kind of relaxes his mind. That's why he's playing the way he's playing. The Denver Nuggets, the problem with the Denver Nuggets is that I don't think they have the right matchup on the floor. They got the right players, but they don't have the right lineup on the floor against the Nuggets. Against the Jazz. I think they have to, with Donovan Mitchell, like you were saying, even though as good as he is, Joe Ingles or somebody else is going to have to beat us off the dribble right now.
No, Joe Ingles had to beat me from the corner three. I'm sorry.
Even Mike Conley might have to beat us from the dribble right now. But anybody outside of Donovan Mitchell, because he's doing too much. He's causing too much attention. He's causing two or three defenders every time with him. His bad shots are looking like good shots. It's just too easy for him. But the Denver Nuggets, man, I'm embarrassed. If I'm a Denver Nuggets, I feel embarrassed. We competed all through the bubble. We made these adjustments. We brought out these talents. We have all this team. We have a team that's like from 1 to 15, 1 to 14, everybody can play. And here we are getting outplayed, out-hustled. Rudy Gobert's looking like goddamn KG out there.
He look like the best in the league right now.
He looking like KG. He finished with both hands out there. Like, come on.
Why not play Bobo? I don't understand.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. He have to go. Ain't no telling what Coach Mike is on. But what I will say, what he needs to do.
He's another one on the hot seat.
A lot of coaches on the hot seat. Mm-hmm. A lot of coaches are on the hot seat. And he's one of those coaches. And if they lose 4-1, he's definitely out of there. If they get extended series, his job will be saved. I don't think he's a bad coach.
No, he's not a bad coach at all.
They lose 4-1.
Good coach.
He's out of there. He's gone. So it's pretty much our show. We just talk some basketball, man. If you guys have any questions or comments, you already know to just let us know. Continue to push us. Continue to be patient with us. Continue to help us grow. And we appreciate every last one of y'all. Look forward to some good basketball tonight. So who we got tonight? Who played tonight?
Clippers and Mavericks and Utah and Denver.
I got Clippers, Utah, Denver. I got Denver. Who else we got?
Hold on, what?
I got Denver tonight. I got Denver winning tonight.
Okay. Okay. I'm not saying they can't, but
I got Denver winning tonight. I got Clippers winning tonight.
All right. I respect that.
Only 2 games tonight?
Yeah, that's it. Oh, yeah. You know why it's only 2 games?
Yeah. I know.
You know why?
Yeah.
Because the weak-ass Eastern Conference. Like I've been saying for the last 10 years, the 3 teams got swept. Should have been 4 teams got swept. If the damn Mavericks, the Magic didn't steal game 1, that's fucking pathetic. That's pathetic, bro. This is the playoffs, and everybody's getting swept. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not even gonna say what I'm talking about. I'm sick of the Eastern Conference every year with this bullcrap, bro.
So we should do the top 16 teams and forget the conferences.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
The Mavericks are 7th. Bro, the Mavericks might come out the East.
Facts. Mavericks will come out the East.
Oh no, they might not be Toronto.
You can't disrespect Toronto and Boston right now. Them boys right now balling.
No, I know it ain't no disrespect to them, but I'm saying they just as good as the Celtics.
Facts.
So, just being honest, that ain't the 7th seed.
Yeah, true. But all right, man. I'll holler at you, man.
All right, bro.
Get your day going, man. Appreciate you, man. You be good, man.
Always.
Peace.